Hey guys, MCU Collector here with another figure review. And next up in the Hasbro Marvel Legends series Iron Man Wave 1 Ursa Major Build-A-Figure, we have Ultron, an extremely classic looking Ultron, which is freaking amazing. He looks fantastic. I know this is definitely the one that I think most collectors want the most out of this wave, next to the modular Iron Man, and rightfully so, because this thing looks badass. So Ultron there in the front. We have an Ultron logo up at the top, Build-A-Figure Ursa Major. Look at the artwork of Ultron there on the side. Looks really cool. Same artwork on the back there. Is it the same? Yeah, I think it's the same. The bio for Ultron reads, Robot, maniacal genius, science experiment gone wrong. Ultron is the supreme weapon of mass destruction and a mortal threat to the Avengers and all humankind. There he is. Let's open him up. Okay, and here is the Ultron figure out of the package, and he is a really good one. The accessories are cool, or the one accessory, I mean, he has interchangeable hands, which are cool, but the mouthpiece with the kind of the flare-up is pretty cool. It's interesting. It looks a little funky having it in hand. I think in pictures it made it look really cool. It's not terrible by any means. I do like it. It's just a little bit different actually having it in hand and kind of positioning it in certain ways to where it kind of makes sense. So just a couple of things with that, but it does look really good. In terms of the interchangeable hands, and I forget, I already swapped one hand out, but I think out of the package his left hand is a open holding hand here. He also comes with one, he also comes with one for his right hand, as you can see there, and then he has fists for both the left and the right. I already swapped the one out on his right hand. And then he has only the one open holding hand for his left hand. We did not get an extra one of those unless I'm stupid and it's still in the package, which I've done that sort of thing before, so I will double check that. But that's it for accessories. He has the right arm to the Ursa Major Build-A-Figure, and you can see that funky hinge right in the middle of the palm there. So we'll stick that off to the side, and we'll take a closer look at Ultron. Okay, so here's an up-close look at the Ultron figure with the little effect piece in there, and I really like that because it's a orangish, a lighter orange translucent plastic with a little bit of the darker orange in certain like bubble areas, and that is very cool. And it's easy. You can just kind of slip it in and out of the mouth from the side like so, and you can adjust it however you want it to be. So you can do even something like that, where it's kind of angled off, however you want to do it. But there is the Ultron head without it. Now, my only gripe or issue or minor complaint with this figure would be the inside of the mouth not being painted like a red color with like black spots in it. That's one thing that, and forgive me, I don't have a loose one because my vision, my vintage Wave 2 vision is on card, but it comes with the head similar to this one, but the inside is red with or orange with like red dots or something like that. Similar to the Target exclusive 3-pack. So it would have been really cool if the mouth had kind of that design on the inside. That really would have made this a perfect Ultron figure. Not that this is a bad Ultron figure. It's a very good one, a great one, and it probably rivals the Marvel Select version, which I don't have, which everybody says is fantastic, with limited articulation, of course. But that's kind of going to be the only gripe for this video, is we did not get the inside of the mouth painted in that color scheme. That would have been really cool. But the head sculpt looks really, really nice. I at first thought it was the same exact head sculpt here, which side by side I could tell that they're a different size, but the sculpt of it actually is a little bit different. But they are very, very similar. I mean, we're talking the same basic design, just some minor tweaks and stuff. This new one looks a whole lot better, but this one had the red mouth there, so that's kind of a big difference. But looking at the figure, it's just done in a nice silver color, very similar to like the Walgreens exclusive Silver Surfer figure. It is not like the Jocasta figure, which has some silver, but a lot of dark gray or silverish gray. This bad boy is silver all over the place, and looks really good. It is a new sculpt. I don't see them using this sculpt for anything else. Check this out. We actually get some cool sculpted detail on the bottom of the feet. We might get some tread here and there, but we don't typically get stuff like this, so that is really cool. You can see we have pinless knees. We got pinless elbows because we are using all new sculpt on everything. So it's pretty awesome that we would get this version of Ultron and we would get all new body mold, which To be honest with you, not a lot of figures I'm sure will be using this. We'll probably get a couple more Ultrons somewhere down the line, I'm sure. But damn, he looks really, really good. So let's zoom out for his articulation. Okay, so Ultron's articulation, he can look down, he can look all the way up, so that is fantastic. You get a full swivel in there, you got some head pivot going on. These little extra side pieces there are a little bit of a soft rubber plastic, so those can get warped, but so I do recommend that you be careful with it. The shoulder pad here also swivels within that shoulder ball, so you can see you can move it on its own. When you look at it up underneath, it almost looks like there's a butterfly joint, but that's really just the shoulder pad portion in there that can kind of swivel. I was like, wait a second, is there a butterfly joint? But no, it's just that shoulder pad, so it can move with it. So it's really nice that they do that, and it's not going to hinder the articulation in any way, and will move with the arm. You can get the shoulder to go out that much. You get a full rotation as I was showing you already. We have the upper bicep swivel in there. You have a solid double jointed elbow. Let's get that bend. So you can get that much bend at the elbow. One unfortunate thing is the hinge of the elbows are not the same silver paint on the back side. The front inside portion is silver, so that is good. It's just when you do that, you can see it's pretty noticeable, a lot darker there. Wrists swivel and they do hinge. We have a diaphragm joint, so Ultron could pivot to his left that much. He could pivot to his right that much, which is pretty good. He can go back a little bit. He can come forward a little bit, not a whole lot. You got a swivel at that diaphragm joint there. You also have a waist swivel, so you could turn them all different crazy ways, which is great. Legs go out that far apart. He can kick forward that high. Leg goes back slightly. We have an upper thigh cut, and one thing is that thigh cut is perfectly hidden with these lines right here in the design, so that is awesome. You have a double jointed knee, which gives you that much bend there. And then one thing with those hinges, they are not painted silver, so you see a little bit of darker color. It stands out a little bit. It's not terrible, but you know, it is there. And then you also have a swivel right at the bottom of the calf, and again, that's hidden well with the design of the leg, so that is pretty cool. You got foot hinges down. The hinges aren't painted on the ankles as well. We get a nice hinge up, ankle pivot, peg holes at the bottom of the feet. So decent articulation for Ultron. The diaphragm joint is always something that's going to be a little bit more limited than an ab crunch, because I mean, going forward, that's all he's going to get. But he's also a robot, so or android, so you know, how far forward is he really going to bend? Probably not a whole lot, but there he is. Pretty good. Okay, and here we have some side-by-side comparisons for you. So here is Ultron next to the modular Iron Man, just to show you Tony Stark. But here alongside we have Hank Pym, who actually created Ultron, not Tony Stark Iron Man like the Wave might have you think, and based off of the MCU. So it was actually Hank Pym that created Ultron, Ant-Man in the Avengers, not Tony Stark Iron Man. Whoops. Okay, for some side-by-side Ultron figures, we have the Ultron that came in the 3-pack with White Vision and a Hulk figure that was exclusive to Target, that collector's edition 3-pack. We have the new Ultron figure. We have the Ultron from the Ironmonger wave, and then we have the gold Ultron figure, which was exclusive in the Marvel Unlimited Annual Plus subscription box, which is pretty cool. That one actually has like the painted detail inside and everything, which is blue. It's a little bit different, but it is really cool. Excuse the birds in the background if you guys can hear that. But you can see that with the different Ultron figures that we have released, this one is by far the best. There is technically another Ultron figure that was released. It's actually the same body, but in a more silver color. That's in a Disney. That was in a Disney Store UK exclusive 5-pack that came with Hulk, Thor, Captain America, Iron Man, and Ultron. So it was a 5-pack. I can, you know, I'll put a picture up on the screen so you could see it. It is that Ultron, but just a slightly different color. I actually have that box set. It is not open, so I can't show you guys, and it's so large I wouldn't be able to fit it in this space. But I'll have a picture up here so you can see an additional Ultron figure that was released. I wish I had a loose vintage Vision figure so I can have that Ultron head, so I could pop it onto that figure or whichever figure it's supposed to come with. I believe it's just this head repainted to have more of that kind of inside mouth look to it. Unfortunately, I don't have a loose one of that Vision. I don't even know what it's running for. I may eventually get it so I can have that other head. I had thought about it and I was like, no, you know what? I better not. So eventually I'll get there. But here we have these different Ultron figures minus that one head. But you guys let me know down in the comments below which one is your favorite between these four, or even that 5th Disney Store exclusive 5-pack that I'll have. Hopefully have shown you on screen already. My money goes on to the new released classic first appearance Ultron. Much, much better, of course. Okay, and here is Ultron next to the Jocasta figure that came in the Game Reverse Wave 2, the Joe Fixit Build-A-Figure. So you can see the two nice together. And the silvers kind of go nicely together. This figure definitely would have looked a lot better if it had the same silver metallic throughout the whole thing. Maybe some of the details and the sculpt would have been lost in it, but it would have looked really cool. Regardless, they still look really good together. But, you know, if the silvers would have matched, I think it would have been even better. You know, I was trying to get some pictures. You know how I always do like a zoomed in shot of Ultron to kind of finish out and give my final thoughts on the figure. I kind of went with this one. I looked up pictures of images and panels of Ultron and Jocasta together, and I came across one where he kind of smacks her, and then he's like standing over her saying that she's just a pawn in his plan, which is kind of messed up, right? Ultron's kind of a dick. Yeah, he's a villain, of course, but I just thought, you know what? I have limited posing skills. What can I do? This one I can kind of do without switching out some of the hands, like for Jocasta, that type of thing. But this is one of the things that I can do. It was easy for me, so I kind of put this one together. I love this figure. I think it's awesome. I'm glad they went with the all silver and didn't do any kind of shading. Like, I didn't mention this one, but this one has a little bit of blue tint to it. Now, for this figure, it's actually done pretty nicely. They didn't go heavy with it in any way. But I don't think it's necessary, because you'll have it in some portions, but then not in others, and it looks weird when you have this portion here, but these ones are done. So I kind of like that they didn't do any of that. They just went with a nice metallic silver throughout the whole thing, which I like. But you guys can let me know down in the comments below. What do you think of this Ultron figure? Which one is your favorite? Let me know in the comments below. If you guys like this video, please do me a favor and hit that thumbs up button. Subscribe if you haven't already done so. And as always, thank you for watching.